So just giving thanks for this beautiful day and what a pleasure it is to be with you all this morning, this Christmas Eve morning. And as Lisa was singing that song, it what the world needs now is love. We think of that song when we're in the holiday seasons, the Christmas holiday season. But the thing about it is that what the world needs every day is love. And that love starts with ourselves, that remembering that we are the gift that we give out to the world, remembering who and whose we are. As we think about this time of the year, there are so many people that we celebrate this Christmas holiday season, but there are a lot of people that don't know how to celebrate or choose not to celebrate, that there's so much pain that is around this holiday season for some that they kind of shut down and we don't hear from them for a while. Think about those people in your life who you may not have heard from in a while. Reach out to them. Be that gift to those individuals to say, hey, I was thinking about you, or you came across my mind. Be that gift to the world. If you see someone walking down the street, say good morning to them. It doesn't have to be this holiday season, but every day. What I realized when I think about the Christ consciousness that we embody is the feeling of wholeness. And there are times that a lot of people feel so broken that they don't know how to put those broken pieces back together. And that's where the love of friends, of family, of community centers like Austin CSL and so many other spiritual centers come into play, because we can offer them that place to help to heal that brokenness that's there. And I think back when years ago, there was a minister, a friend of mine, and we were in a class and we think about Jesus the Christ. Some say Jesus Christ. But the thing that reminded me with this topic of being the prototype, that Jesus is the prototype, is that Jesus the Christ is each one of us. And when I was speaking to my minister friend, what he suggested was take your first name and then add Christ behind it. So I think, I take Debbie the Christ or Debbie Christ, because that's what God created each one of us in the same way that Jesus was created. So when you're in your everyday activities, when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed at night, think about your name and the Christ. Add that to it and see how that sits with you. Embody that. Allow yourself to feel what that Christ is and be open to that consciousness that spirit downpours into you. I know for me, it's like I get downloads all the time, even as I'm preparing for this talk, that there are downloads that show up. And I think about, wow, this is what I'm to say, or this is what I'm doing in this moment. And it's like, why not? When I think about, like with Lisa, when she's playing, music comes to her. The songs come to her when she's playing the piano. There's downloads that happen. And in that space of allowing that download from Christ, it's like you're being that Christ consciousness, receiving that information from the source creator. Ernest Holmes says, to feel that we are a part of the divine offering is to enter into the spirit of the birth of Christ in the human mind and heart. So we have to open up our hearts and open up our minds to receive the information, but open up our hearts to receive the love and to be able to give that love out, even sometimes when we don't feel like being loving. Because if we're not being loving to others, we're not being loving to ourselves. And I always think about, we are the gift and the giver. As we give gifts to other people, we give it to ourselves first. We have to start with ourselves in this way of being that love, being that joy. And if we don't embody it for ourselves, how do we give it to others? This holiday season that we're in, this Christmas time as we're going into New Year's, is an opportunity for us to remember to be thankful for family, to be thankful for friends. I'm grateful I had the opportunity. We're in my Northern California right now. And I was just in Southern California on last week. And I had the opportunity to spend a week with my family, they're not my biological family, but they're my family of choice. And they've been this for over 30 years. And so I've had the opportunity to spend that holiday season with them and realizing of how much love I've missed not being around them. And it just reminded me of just this joy that's within me that I've allowed to become stifled sometimes because being in Georgia, I didn't have the family and the friend connections there. It was mainly for work. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to have been there. But I'm also grateful with the people that I've known and met since I've been in Georgia. But I realized when I came back to California, this is what felt like home for me. And I realized why. And it wasn't just because of the family, but it was because this is where my heart is. This is where with the people that are here and I know people everywhere. And I realized that was the opportunity for me to be in this space of being open to love, being able to give love. And it had to start with me. And that took a lot of healing work as well to get to this place of recognizing truly the God that resides within me, that I get to see this within each and every person that I encounter. Because, if anybody has been to California, you know how driving on the freeways are, people coming in and out, and right behind you, sometimes every day you have to say a prayer. And that's what I had to do when I was there, but also that reminder. And now being here in the Bay Area, I get to see family and friends and loved ones here as well. So to spend this holiday season being of service, to speaking with you all, and then when I leave from here, I'm going to another service to participate in their Christmas service. But being of service, allowing myself to be used by Spirit. We allow ourselves to be that holiday gift for others. Allow yourself to be of service. Allow yourself to be that Christ consciousness. Allow yourself to do as Jesus the Christ did. Wherever he went, people were always like flocking to him because there was something within him that he knew, and people felt that he was this amazing healer. The thing that he always said was that these things that I have done, greater things can you do as well. When we tap into that Christ consciousness, when we tap in and listen to that Spirit calling, there are greater things that we never think about. Oh, can I do this? Can I really go sing? Can I really go write this play or write this book or whatever it is that Spirit is calling you to do? When you get that calling, know that you're already provided for, but it's a believing. You have to truly believe in yourself to know and believe in that divine gift that Spirit is giving you to be able to take that out into the world. There is this opportunity, again, to be loved. As Christ once said, be the love. You are love. I can only imagine, it's like everywhere that we walk, we can see, God in the face of every person. Imagine you seeing that this holiday season. Many times we may be going to our homes, family, friends, and loved ones that there may have been some tension with before in the past. This is a brand new day. This is an opportunity to Really be love if that's what you're called to do. Show up. Sometimes it's like if you see that person, if you feel up to, speak to that person. So many times there are families that there are so we don't speak to others as often as we should. And we know life happens, but we also don't speak to others because there's been miscommunication. There's been someone that may have taken what was said in the wrong way, and we gave it a meaning. And so we've been hurting because we've missed out on friendships or family. This is that brand new day right now to open up your heart, to check in with yourself first, and to love yourself. Before you say anything to anyone else, start with self. Start loving you first and allow spirit to guide you and to open up your heart to yourself. See yourself, have compassion for yourself. Anything that we may have carried as shame and guilt, this is an opportunity to leave that at the altar and to allow spirit, give it to God. Ask God to help you to heal this. This holiday season time is that time for us to do something different. Many times we think about is going out to go buy gifts, and sometimes we get the most expensive gifts. We have to outdo people on what gift we get for this person or that person. You know, we have the secret Santas and we have the white elephant gift exchange. But each of those is an opportunity to be with others, to be in that loving space. But it's also an opportunity for people to love up on you as well. Because if you have secret Santas, if you have someone's name, then they have your name. Then they had to really think hard, maybe, or really touch into their heart. What gift should I get for you? And you had to do the same thing if this is what you participate in. But the thing about it is about giving the gift of love, giving the gift of your smile, giving the gift of joy. When you're walking down the street and you're seeing somebody, smile at them. They may not smile back. I'm in the store sometimes and I say good morning to people and they just keep on walking. And I was like, oh, well. And then it kind of dawns on them sometimes if they really heard me, they'll turn back around. They may say, oh, good morning. And it's that opportunity because sometimes we're in our own little world. And in that little world, what am I to do today? What's on my to-do list? What do I have to go buy? What gift do I have to go buy? All of that. Take a moment to step back before you start your day. Go into prayer or to meditation, into that quiet space, and to begin with yourself. When there's this feeling of uncomfortability within ourselves, or doubt or fear within ourselves, that's that place where there's a separation from God. That we have to remind ourselves that there is that within us that always knows what is best for us at any given moment. And we be still and know that we trust the divine process and how good it is if we sit with that before we start anything, before we jump on our iPhones or our phones or computers or whatever. Have that quiet moment first. That's one of my things when I get up in the morning. It's like, how do I start this day? What is it that I'm to know this for this day? Or even in this right now moment, what is it that I'm to know? And in that space, there is that still small voice that comes to you, and it does tell you what it is that's yours to do. We listen to it, we move forward, and sometimes it may seem scary as I don't know what, because Spirit may tell you, oh, I want you to go and give this person $100. For some people, it's not a big deal. But for some, it may be $100, really. Why do I need to give? And then I've had to do that, and I've had to, let me just stop. It's like, okay, Spirit, we got this. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I have it, but I also have something else to do. But then I was like, I'm following spirit because what I know is that when I follow that consciousness, it will never lead me astray. And that's the same thing for you all. It will never lead you astray when you listen to that. And when I bless someone with $100, what I realized is that what came back to me was double that amount, triple that amount sometimes. But there's a blessing that comes back from that. But we don't do it because we're looking for the blessing. We're doing it because this is what Spirit is calling us to do. We never know what the outcome will be, but we have to trust and know. And that's what, for me, this holiday season, this holy day season is about, this Christmas time, the Christ holy day time. It's about being that Christ consciousness. It's about opening your heart. It's about being loving and kind. And it's not just to do that for one day because, oh, yeah, I'll be nice to this person for this day. But tomorrow, that's a totally different day. And I'm going to go back to not talking to this person. How is that staying in your Christ consciousness? Sometimes, in order for that healing to happen, we have to have the tough conversations with these individuals that may have hurt us in words, or we may have hurt someone else with our words or with our actions. But in order for that healing to happen, there has to be a letting go, a recognizing of what has happened in the past, and to allow Spirit to help us to heal this. We ask, how do I heal what feels like this brokenness inside of me? To bring me back to this place of knowing that I am whole, perfect, and complete every day. Take this holiday season to allow Spirit to use you in ways that it's never used you before. Allow this holiday season to open your heart even more than what you have in the past. Allow this holiday season to be brand new for you. Sometimes buy your own self a gift. You see something that may please you, buy it for yourself sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that because the thing is that when we honor ourselves, we're honoring others because you may buy a necklace or a blouse or a tie or something that looks really nice. And the gift becomes people start complimenting you on what you have. And they notice you and they recognize, oh my gosh, that's a beautiful scarf. That's a beautiful tie. And there's something within us that lights up when we receive that. I know for me, when people compliment me, sometimes I think, wow, thank you. Because sometimes we may have a hard time receiving compliments. That's the gift as well. The gift of being able to receive a compliment for others to recognize who you are. When you start recognizing who you are as well as that Christ, people will start seeing that. So this holiday season, be the light out in the world. This holiday season, be the joy, be the snow that comes down and covers that makes kids feel giddy. Be that space. Be that, walk in that pathway that Jesus the Christ has walked in, that he set the trail for us. We know the things that Jesus the Christ has done. We can do those same things. We have to believe. We have to know within ourselves that it is really true. Oh, yes, I can do that. And yes, there will be some doubt, but still do it anyway. Allow yourself to open up to what Spirit has in store for you. So as I end this talk, I just want to give thanks for each one of you all that are here, each one that has shown up this beautiful Christmas Eve morning to be here, to be in this space, for the love that you all bring to the Austin Centers for Spiritual Living. I know that this center is growing exponentially. I know that the people, the hearts, the hands that make this center go It's about love. We have our own individual things that we do, but we come together to make this all work for these services and for other events. For those of you that have joined, allow yourself to be that love. Allow yourself to show love to your family, to your friends, to your neighbors. Be that space. Be that Christ consciousness starting today. This is your challenge. Open your heart right now and allow yourselves, any person that you may have offended or may have hurt or may have hurt you, bring them into your heart space. Say a prayer for them. Allow them to feel that love. They may not feel it physically right in front of you, but trust me, that energy that you send out into the world, it is felt. Know that you are the gift. You are the Christ gift to the world, to yourself, to everyone that you encounter. Send that out to all the things that are happening in our world right now, the places where the wars are happening. Send love to those places. Again, it doesn't have to be because it's Christmas, but it's every day. Send that love out. Allow yourself to just take a moment to sit back, hands on heart, send a hand out, and just send love out into the world. You'll be amazed of what comes back to you, or maybe not, maybe in awe of what comes back to you. Allow yourself to receive the love that comes to you. Don't just blow it off and say, oh, thank you, I appreciate it, but really accept the love that comes to you. For each of you that are here and those that will see the recording, know that I love you, that you are loved beyond measure. And I know that as this day is already blessed and planned out, and that you have other activities that you may be doing after this, what I know is that you are truly that Christ consciousness. You are, first name, the Christ. Debbie the Christ sees each one of you as the Christ and walks in that space. So let us go into prayer. So just allowing your heart to open and to receive this love that God is pouring down into you right here and right now. I'm recognizing and knowing that each and every individual that is here, each and every individual that will show up to see this recording, that they are that love that God created. Remember who you are and whose you are. Go back to that space of being that child in the womb of your mother and receiving that nourishment, that love. This is that time to be in the womb of God and to receive that love that God is sending you, has been sending you, and knowing that that love that is being sent to you, that you send it out into the world. Knowing that each and every person that you pass, each and every person that you recognize, the face that you recognize, you see God. Knowing that this is that time for us to just let go and let God do what God does for us, through us. Knowing that we step into this place of the yes, knowing that the universe always says yes, and knowing that as we open our hearts, that we get to say yes. But that yes starts with self first. That yes is, yes, God, I hear you. Or yes, say your first name, I love you. Start with that place first. And I'm giving thanks for this time that we have had together here on this Christmas Eve service, this Christmas Eve day, knowing that we are blessed beyond measure, that we are blessed and loved, remembering that we are the gift that God created on this planet in this lifetime to go out and do great things, the things that Jesus the Christ, our prototype, has done, and greater things. We have that ability within ourselves to know, to love, to be loved, to trust the process, to trust God within us, to do what we are called here to do. Let down your shield, and allow Spirit to use you. I'm grateful for this holiday season as we move through this day, going into Christmas, blessing each and every person that may not feel whole, that we know that they're never broken, knowing that right where they are, God is, and all truly is well. Look in the mirror for ourselves and we recognize we are not broken. We are whole, perfect, and complete each and every moment, regardless of appearances. We are whole, perfect, and complete. Hold that thought process. Know that even when there's pain that shows up, the tears that show up, you're not broken. You are whole, perfect, and complete because that's how God created you to be. That's how we were created. And yes, we go through ups and downs, giving thanks for the ups and downs and the trials and tribulations, but also giving thanks for the blessings that come out on the other side of these opportunities. So I bless each and every one of you this day, this moment, as you move into your holiday seasons with your family, your friends, your loved ones, with yourself. I'm grateful that we are all here gathered together in this time to represent the Christ consciousness for the world, for ourselves, that this connection will never be the same again. But I'm grateful for all of you all, blessing this time, this day. And I just anchor this with, and so it is. Amen. And thank you.